So yeah, here we are with what looks to be what it says monomer deformation. That's what it seems to translate as in Google. This is a knockoff of Optimus Primal, and I just thought it would be like a fun thing to get along with the stuff that I bought for Christmas, and it was not expensive at all. It's probably a third of the price of the current big KO that came out of Optimus Primal. And I just thought, it looked nice in pictures. Let's see what it would look like in person. And I'm actually not disappointed. The package is entirely in Chinese. Everything here is basically just says Dinosaur Beast Wars. This says Orangutan Beast. This says Deluxe. This says a bunch of other stuff that has to do with the robot and the toy. But this supposedly says monomer deformation. Deformation is just basically the Chinese translation for transformation. So that's why you see it in a lot of knockoff Transformer toys. Now, just wanted to compare the size of the box to Optimus Prime there from Earthrise. See how big the box is? Unnecessarily big. I was gonna go ahead and also show you Cyclonus's box from Kingdom. Can you imagine? The insane real estate this box takes up. The reason I wanted to show you the box, not that I usually do, is because there are a couple of other knockoff Optimus Primals out there, and I wanted to show you that this is the box this one comes in, because the other knockoffs are built differently, and this one has the proper chest plate and transforms mostly the correct way. So I wanted to show you guys how he would look like in the box in case you guys wanted to look for him. So that's essentially what the box looks like. It's not the greatest box, to be honest, but yeah, and it's an insane amount of plastic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that figure out. Check out how much of the box he takes up, which is actually not a lot. I mean, take a look at that plastic tray. You could fit like 2 other figures in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take him out of the box. He did come stringed into the box. I did remove said nylon strings because I've already played with this figure. I just wanted to show you guys what he would look like. So yeah, here we have Optimus Primal, and he's, orangutan beast, as it says on the box in Chinese. But yeah, he's a little mistransformed in the box. You just have to adjust him a little bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring up the shoulder pads, and I'm also gonna go ahead and bring up these pipes. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. So there you go. There he is. That's Optimus Primal, and he does come with his 2 swords, which look fantastic. I don't know how they managed to make this work, but they did. There's a lot of limitations to this, don't get me wrong. It just happens to look very serviceable, and the plastic quality is pretty good. Yeah, so let's talk about the articulation first. So yeah, head is on a ball joint. Can turn every which way, of course. Look upwards, etc., etc. There is like 2 joints on the shoulders, so you can move him side to side. There's a bit of a butterfly, but that's really for transformation. There is one big thing that I wish that they did here, but they did not do, which is an arm bend. But he does get a wrist rotation. The thing is, he does have to have a wrist rotation, because if he's going to transform into Optimus Primal, that's kind of a needed thing, right? So he has wrist rotation, but it's also because of the transformation. This looks like a ball joint, but it's not. It's actually 2 joints. So basically you have forward and backward and side to side. So it's basically a complex T-joint. And then you've got, it looks like a double jointed knee, but it's not. It's really just a single jointed knee. It's just jutting a little bit backwards like this. And for the feet, you have a little bit of ankle tilt, mostly for the transformation. Most of the articulation is really for the transformation. He does benefit from it. The really only big complaint I have is the fact that he does not have an arm bend here. But otherwise, he's pretty good. Like, and let's talk about the paint. I mean, there are a few ways you can do Optimus Primal, and he's still missing a couple of paint pieces, but sure. In this case, just gonna go ahead and do this. So as you can see there, the face sculpt looks really good. Missing a bit of silver on the ears, but the thing is I can really just add that, no problem. The chest plate is done really nicely. Check that out. Like, what is that about? Now, there's a couple of ways they could have gone with the lighter parts, which they could have gone white or silver, and they elected to go silver on this. I am actually okay with that. And you've got some really nice red. The paint apps on this are really good. Like what the heck, right? And you have these blue details on his silver groin. So that's insane. Okay, and then you've got a little bit of gray, a little bit of dark blue, and yeah, so let's go ahead and compare him to some of the figures that we have here. So we've got a deluxe drag strip. So that's how he looks next to a deluxe figure. Now on the box it does say deluxe, so okay, he could be a big deluxe, I guess. And this is Scourge from Generations, just so you know, just so you can see how he essentially looks with the rest of the figures. Now of course you'd want to see him next to Optimus Prime. So here is how they scale together. So you've got Optimus Prime standing a little bit taller than Optimus Primal. Okay, there you go. And then let me bring in Scourge as well from Studio Series, just so you see how they look together. There you go. Let me show you guys how he works with the swords. So the swords are on a unique peg system. They don't seem to be 5mm. I think they're a little smaller than 5mm. So if you try to give, say, 5mm gun to Optimus Primal, I mean, he can hold it, but it's gonna be a really, really tight fit. Oh, okay, there, that works. So that's Scourge's gun. So that worked. You know what? Let's try to put some accessories, because I have the Power of the Primes, Optimal Optimus, Throne of the Primes accessories. Just for fun, I've got the Scepter of the Primes. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fit it on his arm. It's a very snug fit, and I'm afraid to bring it further, and that's essentially how it looks. So it doesn't go deeper than that. And then you've got the crown of the 13 primes, and it fits. It's not a super great fit, but it does like kind of just sit on his head. Now again, this is just for funsies. I'm not saying this is a thing that you should have been able to do, but yeah. So again, these accessories came with Throne of the Primes, Power of the Primes, Optimal Optimus, Optimus Primal, whichever you want to call him. Let me go ahead and show you as well how he would look like. He would look like with a couple of other Beast Wars knockoffs. Well, this one is a Beast Wars knockoff. The other one I'm going to show you is a Beast Wars custom. So this is how he looks with a deluxe Cheetor knockoff. Here's how he would look with like essentially a core class Cheetor custom. Yeah, I just wanted to make one, and yeah, here you are. So there you go. Oh, by the way, you can also, since you can have him hold his swords, and they're kind of 5mm, I guess, but a little bit smaller. So he looks like that. He looks fantastic holding his swords. This thing keeps popping off, but actually it's not supposed to, because there's a slot on here. There you go. Alright, anyway, so there you go. Yeah, he can wield his sabers, dual wield them, no problem. Looks fantastic. And he can also hold them like a double bladed saber because of the way the hands work. So you can do that. Okay, so I've seen this in some of the other Optimus Primal figures. So there you go. You know, I also noticed that his chest piece is jutting out a bit, but the thing is, I've seen it on the other figure, so I guess that's how it's supposed to look. Kind of like a little engine block chest. So, okay, there you go. Now let's go ahead and transform him into Gorilla Mode. So for transforming him to Gorilla Mode, you're going to want to turn the waist. So this butt section is now the front section. And then you're going to want to bend this all the way. There you go. Not all the way, but almost all the way. Bend the legs almost all the way. And then remove the flap from the top part. It's notched there. And just kind of situate that. So it's gonna kind of guide you how it's supposed to go. There you go. And turn this bicep piece and just show the black part of the arm for both sides, and then twist the wrist so that you've got that going on, and then bring down the shoulder pads and then utilize the butterfly joints. So now you essentially have him mostly fully formed. Now of course, we need to do the head. So for the head, you're going to want to disengage this whole piece here in the back. And then bring this piece forward. There's kind of a morph feature here. Bring down these pipes, whatever they're called. And then you're going to want to, before you do anything else, you'd want to turn this head. And just rotate. Oh, it came off. It can do that sometimes. So now that you've rotated the head, you can go ahead and bring the head. No, sorry. You're going to want to rotate that first. Push it back in. And then push the head down. And you can just kind of angle the head however you want. So there you have. Oh, we forgot the chest piece. And then you want to move the chest piece around so that it forms the chest of the gorilla. And there you have him in gorilla mode. So for gorilla mode, of course, you still have articulation, a little bit of side to side movement. This is not a ball joint. It's kind of a complex joint here. So side to side and 360-degree movement. You've got arm movement, still the same arm movement from earlier, and you can stand him. If you want the gorilla to stand, you can make him stand a little bit, and he can support his own weight. So there you go. If you want him to stand up even taller, then there you have him. Okay, but of course I prefer to have him with his gorilla pose. Okay, so there you go. Now for comparison rather. So we've got Siege Optimus Prime. So you see how they scale together. He's still pretty big. He's about the size of the truck. But I'm okay with that, to be honest. And here you have him with the Knockoff Cheetor. So see how they scale together. There you go. I still find that gaping hole weird, but okay. And here he is with the custom core class Cheetor that I made. I like them together more than I do the other one. And then you've got, so I did have Generation Scourge Deluxe here earlier, so just so you can see. So he does kind of like still fit in with a Deluxe. He's kind of in between a Deluxe and a Voyager, however you'd like to read that as. Yeah, that's essentially what he looks like. And there you go. So I wanted to just show you guys that. Now, this is a figure that I'd highly recommend if you're like me and you're not super into Beast Wars, but you'd like be, oh, you know, it's a cool scene completer. This is definitely the figure for you if you're like me. So yeah, it's very easy to transform back into Optimus Primal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that while we're talking. So yeah, turning this around. Yeah, I definitely don't regret getting this, and it's a lot better than the Cheetor figure that I got. And I'm curious to see how the Beast Wars Megatron that they also have in stock is gonna look. I believe they also have a Rhinox, but I'm not sure if I'll be getting Rhinox. I'm not really, again, I'm not a fan of Beast Wars. Just got this because I thought it looked cool, and it did not disappoint. I was not disappointed in what I got. So again, just tap that on there. There you go. It's pretty secure. It's a pretty badass Optimus Primal, yeah? So yeah, I really dig it. Oh, forgot the biceps. Again, the only real nitpick I have is the lack of armband. But otherwise, I really like this figure. I'm surprised at how much I love this figure. Now, a lot of people were like, when I posted how good this was, they immediately took to saying, oh, you know, get the oversized Kingdom one. But yeah, I think you guys missed the point. I wasn't looking for a superior KO. I was just saying that this is a pretty good KO, and this is like 1/3 the price of that one. So, you know, this is pretty okay for me. Honestly, again, if you're not too much into Beast Wars, but would kind of like Optimus Primal to just kind of go with your Optimus Prime, then this is the guy for you, and I would highly recommend him. Yeah, look forward to maybe the Beast Wars version as well of Megatron, because I'll probably be covering that in the future, because this looks really awesome for me, and I'm very excited to see what else they have. Well, till next time, follow me on Twitter at x_Paco and at @the_art_of_x if you want to see my art. And do like and subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to hear from me and, you know, find out if I have videos that I have uploaded. Till next time, peace out.